So we got the question, Jonas Vingegaard, is he clean? Can we trust the performances? All right. This is what people are asking me. Durianrider, what do you think? All right, I'm going to give you a warning in this video. Put some earphones in. All right, maybe some explicit content. All right. If you can't handle the truth, if you're living at home and mum's Wi-Fi, you like fairy tales, your mum tucks you in at night and you're 50, or maybe you're 25, your mum does your washing and cleaning and cooking for you, you don't live in the real world, then click off the video now, alright? Click off the video now. The reality is, gang, this is professional sport. And I just want to say, I'm for the riders, alright? I am a cyclist. I don't even have a driver's license. I live to ride. I ride to live. I love riding. I love introducing people into the beautiful sport and lifestyle of cycling. Like, nothing beats cycling, man. Cycling is the best sport out there. Is cycling clean? Can you win the Tour de France clean? Can you win any big races? Can you earn big bucks clean as a natty? All right? No caffeine, no painkillers, got a bit of tight lungs, a bit of allergies, no Ventolin puffers for you, no Kennicort, got anemia, no erythropoietin for you, no blood transfusions, no iron injections, no B12 injections, okay, no glucose injections, no insulin usage, unless you're type 1 diabetic with TUE. You know, testosterone's low, you can't use that. Unless you can, you get TUE for that. But the reality is, man, alright, drugs, fuel, pro sport at the top. You can be a professional cyclist clean. I do know that's a fact. But as a champion, you can't be a champion runner clean, okay? You can't even be a professional runner clean. By meaning pro, I mean like buying houses with your income. Not pro like you live at home with your parents and you get free tickets, and that's cool. But I'm talking money, man. We live in a very cutthroat society, okay? We live in a very cutthroat society. Oh, but he's from Denmark. Danish people don't use anything like that. Really? Okay. You know? It's everyone's on the gear, man. All right? Everyone's on the jumbo juice. Okay? It's not just team. There's people say, oh, they've got good team chemistry. Yeah, they do have great team chemistry. All right? And so do all the champion teams. Okay? And that's okay. It's professional sport. It's entertainment. Let them take the jumbo juice. All right? The reason why I educate people about the prevalence, the commonplace usage of performance-enhancing drugs is because it helps people open their eyes to what's going on in society. Wow, we've got over 30,000 kids in the world today die from starvation. And Jeff Bezos could prevent that like that. All right? But it doesn't happen because we live in a very cutthroat world. Okay? Like, when you understand the truth about professional sport, it makes your life easier. People are like, no, I don't want to know the truth. I don't want my illusions destroyed. I don't want to know my favorite basketball team, superstar Michael Jordan, Kobe, whoever, RIP, was using testosterone to recover and perform at the very, very level that they're expected and paid to perform at. I don't want to know that truth, Harley. Well, if you do know that truth, it makes you go, wow, this is entertainment, okay? This isn't real life. This is professional sport, okay? You got to understand that, people. So by educating people about the importance of how common drugs are, it lets people go, okay, well, you want to use drugs, you go ahead and do that. That's your personal choice. Your body, your choice. And you have people out there who with, like Cookie Man with a clean tattoo, you're doing the same watts per kilo as people on EPO. People say, well, he's retired now. He's got time to train and recover. It's like, yeah, sure. He's in his late 30s doing the best watts ever. Yeah, just for YouTube views. Yeah, sure. Natty, for sure. Because the tattoo says so. Yeah, but that's just like saying, well, Lance Armstrong, he was clean because all he did was just a Tour de France. That's what all Cookie Man does. He just trains for climbing. Well, all Lance Armstrong does, he just trains for Tour de France. So he can rest all year and then just does 3 weeks. He's really on form. The big spikes. All right, the dead giveaway. Okay, the dead giveaway. Any swimmer or runner or cyclist, listen to me closely. The dead giveaway. If you've got to ask, is someone natty or not, is the massive performance spike, okay? One part of the year, they're just crawling along. They seem almost human. And next minute, they're just doing crazy watts per kilo, all right? Again and again and again, without any real perceived effort. They could probably even go a little bit faster, but then now people know about watts per kilo. It's a bit of a red flag, all right? So you win just enough, all right? Let's say with the marathon, you win just enough. You don't want to have to, make it too obvious. But my recommendation for the swimmers and the cyclists and runners out there is make it look like you're actually suffering, all right? Look at the sub 2 hour marathon, that one that Nike and that did. Look at the fatigue that was absent on Kipchoge's face. Like, at least make it look like make it look believable, man. Don't smile across the line and like, hey guys, I'm just doing a warm-up jog. I'm just riding the top of the climb and I'm kissing the crowd. It's like, have some exertion. Have some exertion there. But that's the reality, man. All right, that's the cutthroat reality. If you don't dope, you won't cope at the very, very top tier of professional sport. I've been saying it I've been saying this since 1999 when I first saw Lance Armstrong win his Tour de France. I was like, damn, yeah, okay, you ain't beating Pantani as a natty. You ain't doing that, And people heckled me for that and said, you're a Lance Armstrong hater. I'm not a hater. Just calling a spade, right? You got to take EPO to have that hemoglobin to ride those watts per kilo, all right? For 30 minutes, 20 minutes. That's how it is, all right? And people go, no, it's not, no. No, it is, that's the reality, all right? You need to be able to do those numbers in the lab, okay? And then you need to be able to hold those numbers on the climb, okay? Whenever you need to, whenever that's needed, okay? If you can't do it in the lab, you can't do it on the climb. You can't do it race day, okay? So same with the 5K distance and the marathon. Like, if you can't do a sub 15-minute marathon, a 15-minute 5K, how are you going to do a 2:10 or something marathon? It doesn't work, Like, you got to have those fresh leg times, those fresh leg watts, and they translate into, if you're a fast 5K runner, you will be a fast marathoner, okay? If you're a fast on 5-minute climb, you'll be a beast on 30-minute climbs. Just how it is, okay? And that's EPO, all right? There's blood boosters, okay? Whatever you take, synthetic hemoglobin, whatever, peptides, whatever. At the end of the day, it's about getting those red blood cells big and those red blood cells in big numbers, okay? I'd try and avoid using tech words and tech lingo because I understand a lot of people from around the world watch my content, and I want people to understand every single word I'm using, so I don't use too much fancy stuff. I know people love fancy stuff, but, fancy stuff doesn't really educate people. The people just nod, wow, that sounds fancy. I didn't understand what he said, but it sounds like educational content. Even though I don't understand, even though I can't repeat what he just said, I like the sexy jargon terms. So the reason why I speak very specifically simple is so people can understand it. You can't win the Tour de France clean. All right? You can't win gold medal in the 1500 freestyle clean. Okay, you can't. It's not possible. You can't win the 100-meter men's sprint or women's sprint in the Olympic gold final clean. All right, you have to take some jumbo juice. All right, you got to have good team chemistry. Okay, good team chemistry. Jumbo juice. All right, a fresh cup of jumbo juice every morning. It's the breakfast of champions. Jumbo juice. Okay, this is how it is. All right, that's how it is. But because Jonas is from Denmark, people don't really point fingers too much, do they? But remember when Pog, people, Slovenia, this is suspicious. It's like, what, because he's from Slovenia? So, or the team Bahrain, gets the focus or whatever. It's unfair. Like, come on, guys and girls. Cycling isn't the only sport that uses gear, okay? It's every single sport. It's tennis, it's running, okay? The advantages are too big not to use it if you want to be a total champion. It's just how it is. It's never going to change until people... Would it ever change? I think if drugs, PEDs, lost the stigma, then, it'd be interesting, wouldn't it? It'd be very interesting. But basically, professional sport is the big brands. Like, the riders are just pawns. This is why I speak up for the riders, because if Jonas gets busted, the big brands who made lots and lots of money off him... Let's use Lance Armstrong as an example. Lance Armstrong, Trek. As soon as Trek found out... Trek knew all along, because people aren't dumb in business like that level. But as soon as the public found out the truth, Trek were like, oh shit, we've made millions. And how much money did Trek make from Lance and Shimano and Nike and Oakley, okay, and Giro? Those brands became who they are today because of Lance's, drugs and performances and hard work and luck and genetics and chip on your shoulder. Those brands made so much money because of Lance. But as soon as the public found out, all those brands basically cancelled him. They cut ties, because it was damn bad for their profits. So the riders are just pawns. Like Lance made good money, but the brands always make way more money. Okay, so you, as a rider, as a cyclist, as a runner, as a swimmer, you're just a pawn for your country. They'll use you as like, hey, we won the Tour de France, or hey, we won the World Cup. All right, you think soccer's clean? You think Ronaldo's natty, full natty bra? Far out, man. But okay, people are gullible, man. People are gullible. No, I cheer that person, and that person's a good person. They wouldn't use drugs. Taking testosterone, taking cortisone, taking asthma puffers, taking caffeine, taking all these performance-enhancing drugs like aspirin, paracetamol, doesn't make you a bad person. They're performance-enhancing drugs, all right? Making fake rape claims about someone, that makes you a bad person. Stealing someone's car or bashing them up or something, that makes you a bad person. But taking drugs to provide entertainment to the sports fans isn't a bad person in my book. Now, taking steroids to get swole and lie about it so you can sell programs and bullshit supplements like Greg Douchet and More Dates, More Plates do, and say, I just use a bit of TRT, but hey, buy my Turkistrone. It's like, man, that's fucking fraud. That is straight up fraud, man. These guys are blasting high dosage anabolics, all right? TRT, you can't maintain that size, man. Okay, that's absolute bullshit. That guy, How To Beast, another half natty, fake natty. TRT was a mistake, dude. This dude's blasting steroids, man. All right, use TRT yourself, and you'll find out the absolute truth. Okay, if you do TRT, you'll look normal. You won't look muscular like those guys do. All right, you need to run high dosages long term. I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying that's what they do. So, in my opinion, that's the fraud. The social media doping, when people lie about it, that's fraud. Simnet Nutrition, these people out there selling their protocols. Like, hey, I don't take any steroids, or I just eat chickpeas, or I eat creatine, or I eat steak, or I eat Turkistrone. Buy that. That's fucking fraud. But these pro athletes, I love watching the Tour de France. I got a sore neck from watching the Tour de France this year. I love watching it, the drama and the disc brake lockups and all the stuff and the video content. I love it, man. I always watch the Tour de France. I know this. I've been known back in the day as all on drugs, man. From '98 onwards, I'm like, this is hard shit. These people are doing blood boosters, you got to, all right? The body gets anemic with that level of training. The human body's not designed to race marathons on the bike or on the foot, at that level. It's not possible. I mean, you can ride the distances, but not those watts. As you develop anemia, develop endocrine issues, which you need thyroid medications and testosterone and erythropoietin to counter-effect the pressures of that level of performance, okay? So it's a business choice. It's a professional choice. Being part of it, being a professional athlete at the top is a professional choice, a career choice to go, well, I'm going to use performance-enhancing drugs so I can put my kids through the private school, so I can buy my wife that $2 million house in Sydney or Melbourne or Denmark or wherever the frick it is, Belgium, America, all right? That's how it is, man. It's a business choice. So you can work at a fish and chip shop with talent, Like, you got to remember, this Jonas guy, he didn't just take drugs and become a champ, all right? Any of these champs out there, Michael Phelps, Usain Bolts, these crew out there, they're freaks, all right? They're top-tier genetics, okay? And if you give someone with top-tier genetics the jumbo juice, the good shit, and you have a bit of luck with no injuries, no crashes, no scandals, no fake Me Too claims, then that's what creates champions, man. And that's always how it is been, and always how it's going to be, all right? Even back in the Roman days, they'd take some sort of drugs to perform, to delay fatigue, okay? Just how it is, gang. All right? Just enjoy the circus, enjoy the show. The UCI, they should just, all the sporting for IOC, they all know what the fuck's going on. They're just making money off these athletes, And Nike's making money, Adidas, everyone's making money off them. I'm even making money. But I like to also represent the riders, represent the runners, represent the swimmers, and say, hey, I get these people coming to me, telling me personal stories, the retired athletes or current athletes, saying, yeah, man, this is how it is. Thank you, Harley. Thank you, durianrider, for speaking up. They can't acknowledge me publicly, and I get that. But that's the reality, man. Like, drugs fuels the performances that the everyday layperson really appreciates. All right, winners get paid, winners get laid. That's how it is, man. Is Jonas clean? The question isn't is Jonas clean? The question is, what sports champion in the last 100 years do you think was totally full natty bra? That's the question, all right? That's the question. Because you can say, well, what about Jonas? What about Pog? What about Lance? What about blah, blah, blah? What about Michael Phelps? It's pro sport, okay? The question to ask yourself is, does this person make good money from winning and performing? Would it be surprising if they take things, medicines, legal or otherwise, to keep bringing in the money, keep paying the bills, keep the family supported financially, keep the fame rolling in, keep the love and approval? You imagine that, driving for your hometown, people are like asking you for selfies. I mean, I get that as a YouTuber. I get that as a YouTuber. People stop me every single day. Hey, Durianrider, thanks a lot. But imagine the level of fame you're getting if you win the World Cup soccer, or you win Olympic freestyle 1500 or men's 100-meter sprint. That's some lifetime fame, right? And if you get caught, you're very, very unlucky. It's really, really hard to get caught for doping. Like, so hard, all right? So hard. Like, I'm not an expert with how to pass the tests. I'm an expert in weight loss, performance, and nutrition. I'm not an expert in how to pass the test, but I've done, I've talked with enough athletes and enough doctors and team doctors. And they're like, it's pretty basic, It's pretty basic. The drug quality is always one step ahead of the testers, and the testing's more just like a PR thing. I mean, look at the UFC. All right? Look at the physiques at the UFC. All right, look at them. All right, look at the women. All right, so if USADA and WADA, I've even spoken to Dick Pound, what a name, Richard Pound from WADA, and he's just like, yeah, man, it's a fucking, it's a free-for-all, basically, is what he said. That's the reality, man. It's a fucking free-for-all out there. If you get caught, you probably pissed off the wrong person, or you didn't pay your tax, your association tax. That's how it is, man. Drugs, fuel, freaky performances, all right? And that's just how it is, man. Understand that.